Hey guys, welcome to Pillbox Movies. I'm Hank, and today, let's do some Merchant Ivory stuff. I love Merchant Ivory films, but like most people around my age, I figure there's maybe one or two of them in existence. But little did I know that, in fact, they made movies before these. And so today, we're going to take a visit back to 1979 with their feature film, The Europeans. This was based off of a work by Henry James. This is directed by James Ivory, produced by Ismail Merchant, and written by Ruth Prover Jhabvala. The story is about... I actually don't know what the story is about. But this was the first in a trilogy of Henry James works they would adapt. I'm excited to watch this. You should be too, if you're a fan of Merchant Ivory. I think we all get a sense of what we might be getting ourselves into. But before we do, be sure to click the like button and subscribe for more stuff like this. Okay, let's check out The Europeans. Ooh, yes. Yes. The beautiful, beautiful sketches. Just absolute comf peak right now. I am comfy as F. That guy's legs are too long for his body, but whatever. Screenplay by Ruth Prover Jhabvala. Director James Ivory. Name a more iconic trio. Oh wait.
I'd hoped you were going to church. I wanted to walk with you.
I'm very obliged to you, but I'm not going to church.
Can you imagine their first period drama?
Have you any special
Outrageous.
reason for not going?
You asked me to tell you about my struggles.
Yes, let's talk about them. I have so many things to say. You're all alone. All alone in this beautiful Sunday stillness.
I think you're punching a bit above your weight class, man.
Do me a favor and go to church.
May I speak when I come back?
Who doesn't love a good gazebo? Kids and their iPads these days. They don't even know what splendor a gazebo holds. iPads? What the fuck am I talking about?
My name is Gertrude Wentworth.
Then I have the honor, the pleasure of being your cousin.
I know. I know you come from Europe.
Well, you've heard of us then.
We knew we had relations in France.
We wanted to see you, so we came.
On
Okay, now I'm thinking a mix between Heath Ledger and,
Come into the house.
oh shoot, who played Darcy? The guy in Succession. White people's names, I don't know.
Oh, you're not afraid of being alone with me, are you?
We're cousins.
I was born in France, and my sister...
He's got like an Ethan Hawke kind of thing going. That's the southern thing I'm thinking.
cities all over the world.
She's married to Prince Adolf of Zilberstadt-Schreckenstein.
Zilberstadt Schreckenstein.
Schreckenstein.
Zilberstadt Schreckenstein. Zilberstadt Schreckenstein.
This is the Prince of Silberstadt-Schleckenstein.
Schreckenstein. I'm like bubbling over with excitement right now. Just thinking of all the weird, comfy complications that will happen.
This is my son, Clifford Wentworth.
Why didn't you come out to meet me, Mr. Clifford Wentworth?
I didn't think you'd want me.
One always wants a handsome cousin.
You've come very far.
Very far. Very far. I came to look to...
Are they destitute? Are they gonna hit them up for money?
to try. I'm very tired. I want to rest. I should like to stay here. Will you take me in?
My dear niece.
Always those European cousins.
We must all be careful. This is a great change. We are to be exposed to peculiar influences. I don't say they're bad. I don't judge them in advance. But
Yeah. Like, not like it. Very American of
a
him.
great deal of wisdom and self-control.
Okay, that's not too American. Xenophobia, definitely American.
She'll have a boo.
Intelligence and control, perhaps not.
And she'll invite us to dinner. very late.
Oh, Europeans have dinner so late.
She'll have breakfast in her room.
Lazy Europeans
I want
eating
you to
breakfast
make
in
me
their
a
room.
promise
What is it?
not to get excited.
Oh my god.
I don't think I can promise you that, Father.
I love
I'm
how
excited
earnest they are.
already.
Oh god. Gotta love that American music with the hey diddle diddle. New England is so beautiful. Get over yourself, rest of America. Just look at this. France could never. Who cares about Tuscany? Who cares about Bourgogne?
I don't think she likes us to drop in uninvited. Why do you think that? Because of what she said about our house being like an inn, with people dropping in and out of it all day.
This is like a Whit Stillman film.
She said that was charming. But she meant just the reverse.
She's just that kind of lady.
There must be 1,000 different ways to be dreary. And sometimes I think we make use of them all. Father.
I wish to be. I feel like I am, but I want to be this like. I feel like I'm this dull in conversation, but I want to be this brilliantly dull.
Sir, I would very much like to do your head. It's very interesting. It's medieval.
The Lord made it. I don't think it's for a man to make it over again.
I could do it.
I think sitting for one's portrait is only one of the various forms of idleness.
Dude's got bars.
Their name is Legion.
Puritanism is a blight on society. Like, genuinely, this is a Whit Stillman film. I am absolutely thrilled.
I long to come into those natural relations I knew I should find here.
Natural?
Well, there's one way in which a lady and a gentleman may easily become natural.
Dude, this dude. Oh my god.
You are very beautiful. I didn't think you were at first.
Amazing.
You might tell me a great many things if only you would.
What?
Do it.
Everything.
Everything.
Only keep that look. And
I love this, like, schoolgirl fascination she has. 'Cause, like, all you need is the detail that she was reading a book of like love or romance, and you get such a clear idea of like how much projection she's doing onto this courtship.
Au revoir.
He just has to be European and speak a little French. I like friggin' miss New England. I gotta get out of this city. Holy crap.
You let me feel that I have an influence over you. You've opened your mind to me.
I've never opened my mind to you, Mr. Brand.
Oops.
There are some ants in there. I'll take you to meet them.
With the old cronies.
You Americans are very strange. You never ask anything outright.
You Americans are very polite.
Are we?
You like to tread upon people's toes.
I congratulate your brother on his treasures.
I dust them every day, don't I? With my own hands.
Weird.
You must be the perfect little house
Weird energy,
Sometimes
Lizzie.
I feel like dropping them.
Weird.
Then your marriage will be over,
Well, of course, I shall keep my title. One must have a name.
and you only have to sign that paper.
Do you urge it?
Impeccable timing, Lizzie. Impeccable.
If you go away, I shall never see you again.
I shall write to you.
Don't, I won't answer you.
I'll burn your letters.
Burn my letters.
Never heard something so fanciful in my life.
You do say strange things. I never write. I don't know how to.
This movie is ridiculous. I'm about to have a seizure. What a bunch of dum-dums.
I've tried very hard. I've explained, I've reasoned.
All important things to do when trying to
Reason does not
convince
always penetrate as
somebody to
deeply as
love you.
Some other emotions.
Reason, the bedrock of a good
Gertrude
relationship.
has learned a great deal from you.
We all have.
Guys, just get together.
I've sometimes wished that Miss Gertrude had some share of your soundness, your sense.
These nerds are in love with each
Very
other.
fine understanding, Miss Charlotte.
Well, I believe she does care for him.
We'll marry them off. That will make them happy.
For sport.
It will make everybody happy.
It would make me happy
You
To be rid of Mr. Brand.
awful Europeans.
to see my sister married to so good a man.
I love how they're plotting, but yet they're so dumb. This is like watching Arrested Development.
Are you sure you want to go home?
What can you say to make me stay?
We're having ice cream.
I've sometimes wished that Miss Gertrude had some share of your soundness, your sense.
She's gonna JO to that all night long.
Very fine understanding, Miss Charlotte.
Think of all that we owe Mr. Brand. He's helped you.
This is definitely the Cynthia Nixon role.
I want to be wicked again. It's pleasure that I care for.
She's a hedonist.
Pleasure and amusement.
I love that she thinks she's like dangerous liaisoning right now.
Gertrude, am I really losing you?
This is such an impressive like display of like tone
Charlotte cares for the great questions of life, Mr. Brand.
and how like as an actor you need to put your trust in a director when they have a certain vision of the tone they wish to present. I'm sure these actors felt so artificial doing these scenes this way, and
You think she'll miss him?
it takes the surety of a director to communicate to them that they are on the right path.
You must remember, there is no agreeable man who hasn't been to school to a clever woman. Usually a little older than himself.
What are we talking about?
Are you seriously making love to your little cousin Lizzie?
Yo, you can't just be dropping bombs like this.
The Baroness has not honored us for 3 days. I infer she's tired of it.
She's European.
I think I'll go and take a look at the Baroness.
Yeah, he's gonna mistake.
There is someone.
There's someone.
It's your father. Come quickly. No. This way.
Do people just be walking into each other's houses unannounced? I mean, I guess that's what servants are for. Robert, go home, Robert. No good decision was ever made with the glass miniature in hand. What are those things called? They begin with an H.
Something's happened to you since I went away. Well, if you're bored, you needn't be afraid to say so. To me, at least.
This is like the comedy version of an Age of Innocence.
Someone
Poor
there?
Newland Archer over here.
You should see Niagara, you know.
With you, do you mean?
I'd be delighted to take you.
You alone? I think I ought to feel insulted.
Should. He's treating you like a hussy.
I didn't have a
Oh.
candle.
Gorge.
You had much better go home.
Bye. Bye-bye.
He wasn't in the studio. I invented that at the moment.
Did you see through my ruse?
I'm a quiet little humdrum woman.
Okay, Naomi Watts in Mulholland Drive.
Oh, come.
Do not announce your engagement. Oh, you bunch of brats. God. I hate this movie for making me be on the side of the pastor. How awful.
We oughtn't to be together this way, not until I've got your father's consent.
I don't understand you.
You very often say that. Considering how little we understand each other, it's a wonder we get on so well.
Why is it different now?
The difference is I love you more. More and more.
That was a very chaste kiss. I'll give it to him. Yeah, it gets cold. Sorry.
You're not in love with her.
I don't know. But if this is love, it's overrated.
No, it's not. Miss Coffin has some pretty new patterns no one else has seen.
And you better hurry before they do.
She promised not to show them till I've had first choice.
Look at this these faces she's making. It's so odd. Charlotte's just like, girl, I'm trying to make bread. That genuinely was the best, like, bed leaping I've ever seen in a movie.
Oh, Charlotte, take pity on me.
The actual rubbing of the
Say a
nape
good
of the
word
neck.
about me to your father. Well, because I'm terribly in love with your
I
sister.
love that he's making this confession with food in his mouth.
In love, Charlotte, in love.
Just so boorish. I love how dainty Charlotte is.
Father, I have something to say to you about Gertrude.
I desire very earnestly to marry your daughter Gertrude.
You didn't even need Charlotte.
Now, I know that you like me. Well, you've shown that. But you think I'm frivolous, penniless.
I'm only two of those things.
Well, granted. Granted, 1,000 times granted.
Charlotte's just so overwhelmed by everything anybody says. Charlotte and Gertrude really are sisters. They're both overwhelmed, but about different things.
I find I can earn a living, a very fair one, from going about the world and painting bad portraits. Well, that brings me to my third point. Gertrude likes me.
I love this framing. This is so obvious.
We've been talking about you.
I know it. That's why I came. Oh, you've never had any confidence in me. Never. I don't know why.
I have never seen you so passionate.
Just the amount of one-liners in this movie are amazing.
I know what I want. I've chosen. I'm determined to marry this gentleman.
You had better consent, sir.
Isn't this rather a change, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where are our moral grounds?
Dad.
I should like to marry you. It would give me great pleasure.
That is very nice.
A side note, I love how
I consent.
understatedly opulent and frivolous Gertrude's dress is with the paisley in comparison to the plaid that Charlotte is wearing. Not plaid, but you know what I mean. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. I like the neoclassical wallpaper. Robert, you're actually just smelling your finger.
Why don't you answer my
Why?
question?
If you really are going away, it's very serious. Why are you going?
Because she has no prospects here? Nobody likes her?
Have you sent off that document to Germany?
The air is electric.
Yes.
We all admire you so.
Come on, man, out with it. She's leaving. You're about to lose her. Stop her at the gate. Okay. Whatever you want, man.
We had hoped that your brother's marriage might detain you.
I think I've grown rather tired of marriages.
All the happy couples. This is what it feels like to be single and 30. I'm sure he's like 24 in the novel. Oh, the gazebo. What? That was the end? What? Okay, I guess just bye, Eugenia. How old is Robert? So, I thought this was hilarious, actually. And like I said, it reminds me of Whit Stillman. Specifically, it actually reminds me a lot of Whit Stillman's Metropolitan, his debut feature. I kind of felt like this lacked a certain kind of engine to it. Emotion isn't like the be-all and end-all, but it is like something you want in a Merchant Ivory kind of costume drama, like when you picture the platonic ideal of like a room with a view and how it manages to elevate from small happy accidents to pawing childish flirtations to overwhelming passionate sexual and sensual love and desire. Like, you want a little bit of that in the European, but apart from that, I think this was, like I said, brilliantly funny and very, very, very fine at capturing the kind of the stiff and weirdly defensive kind of American politeness, aggressive American politeness. I feel like I'm on a skill tree now, and I can go down the road of watching, continuing on and watching other Merchant Ivory films, or I can watch other adaptations of Henry James' works. Both seem like good options. Yeah. If you enjoyed this, click the like button and subscribe to see more stuff like this. I look forward to watching some more in the future. But until then, keep watching good movies.